Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, I was going to crack on with the Divine Feminine's Ascension, monthly Ascension reading, and it was like, no, we're going to do a collective reading first. I can hear Emily, she's in the room next door. I think she's kind of Skype calling someone. Okay, it is what it is. Now's the time to do this reading, regardless of the distractions. Okay. We're using the Rider-Waite. Are they up the right way? They are. We've got the... I want to call him what I would call him when I was first learning tarot to remember. And it was the Sneaky 7. Okay. Should we get 7 cards? It's like the 7 deadly sins. The Sneaky 7. It's like he's carrying 5 swords. And there's 2 left behind. I'm not sure what that means. So, I don't know if there's 2 more sneaky things that need to occur to be the Sneaky 7. Or, I'm not sure. Because the card's about deceit and envy. Oh, I felt like pulling the energy cards. I haven't got them up here. So, that's a no-go today. With the energy cards. Okay. Oh, I feel like my voice has been taken over. We're going to get 7 cards. We start with the Empress. I'm just going to call her the Empress. I didn't feel the Divine Feminine's energy. I felt more as if... I did want to call her a lady of leisure. But more as in a lazy way. Likes to be cared for, nurtured. Likes to feel appreciated, adored, wanted. And just going on like the background noise that I can hear, there's a little one crying out there, and then I heard some females that had raised voices, and let me just see. Okay. Someone carrying a little tot. I felt that this one has kind of watery eyes. So I do feel that this, well, if we're looking at the... if this is representing this Empress, then she can... she does a lot of crying. A lot of complaining. Pleading. Okay. So this feminine here craves to be loved. Okay, it's like she hasn't found that way to find that within herself. So she's unable to find that love within. So she's needing it all the time. Outside confirmation that she is loved. But it's like even though she doesn't really participate. So... the Sneaky 7. This looks like this could be maybe one of the Sneaky 7. Next is the King of Wands. He's looking at this Empress, and what's coming through is this Empress has a lack of passion. It's like she expects everything to be delivered to her lap, and not in a way of like the law of attraction. This is more, she speaks, you deliver. I do feel as if her temperament changes, which confuses this masculine. He's trying to provide the best that he can. Then we have the 4 of Wands. It's not the 4 of Wands. It's the 4 of Swords. 4 of Wands is the home community. The 4 of Swords is about resting, rejuvenating. Reminds me of King Arthur, resting. I feel here as if I'm going to say this King of Wands here feels like the Divine Masculine. This is like the Divine Masculine. Actually, he's trying his hardest, but it's like no matter what he does, it's never the right thing. It's like it doesn't matter how many times you pay this Empress, how many times you try to impress, because that's what's going on, trying to impress this Empress to love you. But all she wants is, it's like she doesn't give that, she just takes it. She wants recognition all the time, but doesn't give any. So I felt as if the masculine here felt as if he was the one that needed to polish up his act. Because I felt there was this energy of a slight tension within the fist, as if to kind of trying to keep your cool. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Kind of statement. I mean, we do actually mutter these statements to ourselves when we know that we're in situations like that. We will kind of say, even if we're in relationships, oh, it doesn't matter what we do, they'll never be happy. So you already know that, but you choose to stay in that. But I felt as if it was the masculine that felt he maybe was doing something wrong and he needed to polish up his act. And I feel this really did mentally conflict him. Feels a bit like a reverse psychology here going on through this Empress. The wheat, I don't know what that means, but the wheat. It's like she's in, I was going to say the wheat sheaf. The wheat sheaf is like the name of a pub that I know from before I was 20. The wheat sheaf. I'm sure that's a name. That's what come through anyway. But the wheat, focusing on the wheat. The little red hen is coming to mind. The little red hen done all the work, and then everybody wanted to enjoy it after the little red hen. No one wanted to help at the time, but they wanted to kind of eat the bread. Now, I mentioned the Four of Swords, so I felt as if the masculine was maybe feeling quite isolated from his community home. It does feel as if he's been putting in quite a bit of effort to polish up his act. But this is being done because we picked up on it on the reading, either during the week or last week, about trying to impress, make others happy so that you feel loved. So satisfying others' needs, thinking that in return, of course, they're going to show it back to you. They're going to appreciate you. They're going to recognise it. No. Doesn't seem to work that way. Oh, we've got the Hangman. I don't know if my deck is in reverse, but the Hangman's in reverse, which means he's up the right way, which means he's not hanging around anymore. He's enlightened. He's enlightened. He's enlightened regarding the karmic energy here, this Empress who the Divine Masculine is trying to impress, or has been trying to impress. He's awake now. It's a lost cause. He would have been like this, hanging in suspense, waiting. It's like, surely I'm going to receive some recognition soon. I remember this feeling very well when my husband was quite poorly, and it was it just didn't come, and it hurt me. It did. Yeah, it hurt on a soul level when you knew that you was, going through really challenging times and trying your best and taking it all on, and the person that you're looking after doesn't even recognise you for it. It took a toll on me. Okay, but I learned a lot from it. And it looks like this masculine too has been enlightened. It's like it's enough to make your hair stand on your head. It's shocking. I like the way that he's standing there, because this is when you've got courage and you just kind of go to people, now then. This isn't the case, is it? Let's have a... And it's like you've got to try not to bring out the list, and we've been speaking about how stay neutral, okay, quiet, just observe what's going on. It's like, don't pull out that list, because then you'll get nowhere, okay. It's just like feels as if he's like leaning against the door frame, as if he's like, okay. Well, he's up the right way, the hangman. Maybe he's gone out. Maybe he's gone to hug some trees. Maybe this is how he would hug a tree. It could, like, I'll just quietly hug this tree. Because he's outside. So actually connecting, I see a lot of masculines on their own walking the dogs, or they're actually just, you know, they are out with their families and their wives. All looks rather distant. I've been like people spying. And you can kind of see, yeah, the energy. But there are masculines that are out on their own, either with the dog or just going for that stroll. It's like hug a tree. And I think that whilst you're out taking those walks, you become so enlightened. Well, we've still got 3 more cards to get here. We've got the Resurrection now. Fury was coming through. I'm not sure why. It was with the purple, with the blue. Fury. This is all very violet here, which suggests enlightenment. Your crown chakra. The epiphany. And it's the resurrection. So there's been a breakthrough. And as the masculine's just kind of coming with his sword, and he's like scooped up his crown, and it's like, I'll have that. Thank you. I'll reclaim my crown. Might just need to pull them weeds off of it. Give it a little polish up. She seems to have a crown of stars. I don't know whether that means that she's cuckoo. Or maybe she's just about to have the shock of her life, especially if the masculine doesn't obey. He doesn't play by the rules that she set. I feel like the masculine could just clonk her, like, you know how those birds and stars come out of a animated character's head when they're all dazed, and that. It's going to knock her for 6. Okay. I'm itching my hand, and I know not to itch it because one's giving and one's receiving. I'm not sure which one. And I imagine the divine feminine side is receiving, and the divine masculine is giving. But if you kind of counteract it. Is that the right word? You erase it. You giving and receiving. That's nice, because then you're just giving and receiving to yourself now, aren't you? There could be some I feel this one's being greedy, like this this feminine here, the Empress. She's definitely a motherly role, so a wife, a mother. I feel as if she feels as if she's going to be coming off wealthy from this. When really you're just like pinching from Peter to pay Paul. It's in one hand and out of the other. It's I don't believe the flow is going to stay with this Empress. It's like she's been, we're touching on giving and receiving. So she's been receiving way too much, but you have to have the balance of giving. Otherwise the universe will just balance that one out. That's when you always want to kind of be balanced on them karmic scales and understand giving and receiving. Right, 5. I've got a very itchy, like, in here, in here, under the thumb. Oh, so the masculine may have been like pushed under the thumb, and he's like, oh, it's got air. I'm back. Wow. Justice. You stay on the right side of those scales, and that is, you need to make sure they're balanced. There you go. What's the right side? It isn't. It's about being centered. Justice will always do what it's here to do. It sorts it all out. We don't really need to participate. Justice is here with the Sword of Resurrection, which was the card before. And behind is, it's so itchy. I have to, I've got, where's my pen? Okay, just make sure the nib's not. Oh. It's like my thumb's free. Under the thumb. No longer. I don't think so. That might be why his fist is clenched. It's like, no, you're not having my thumb. I'm not giving you a thumbs up to your behaviour anymore. And that's what happens when you really step onto, like, you don't get involved, okay? You don't participate, but you definitely don't encourage their behaviour, okay? It's like you don't give thumbs up to someone's manipulative behaviour, okay? You can give them a boo, no more. It's like you're not under the thumb. Okay, anyway. That thumb's up high now with this white glove. Michael Jackson was coming in. Right. Oh. And the song Dirty Diana. Ace of Swords, Justice is here. It's like you wait until Justice drops that sheet, that purple sheet, and you see what's behind there, what Divine has delivered, what side of karma was you on. And once you've cleared all that past karma, you don't go kind of attracting the negative karma anymore, okay? You learn your lesson. Six of Swords, it's time to move on. Right, this is the last card. Six of Swords, there's a masculine in a boat here. He has 2 undercover people. You can't see who they are. You can see that one is smaller than the other. And he's taking them to safer shores. He's on his own with these 2. Okay, should we have a look at the underlying energy? Let's do it. Off to the promised land. And the promised land is through this archway behind here. And the promised land is one hell of a awesome journey. A journey of discovery, a journey of adventure and excitement, and it's promised to you when you trust. And you accept, and I want to say, this worthy gift. That's beautiful. There's the offering. There's the offering of the resurrection. I'm just having a look at the cards. Okay, the major arcanas. So this is definitely something that needs to be dealt with, and it is the Empress, okay? So the universe is saying it's time to deal with this character. Got the King of Wands looking at this Empress. It's like you lack passion, adventure. You just want me to serve. Excuse me. It's like he's tried to polish up his act. It's been mental torture. He's been resting, waiting to get that sword to resurrect. The right time. Just conflict about knowing what to do, really, regarding this Empress. Then there's an enlightenment, maybe via tree hugging. I felt here as if the masculine was saying I may as well just pin myself to the cross. I'm just kind of lining myself up for my own crucifixion. If I don't resurrect before actually dying. That was the whole point of Jesus. He died so that we didn't have to in our life. We could actually spiritually do that. And then you would learn the lessons, okay? The wisdom. And you can resurrect in this lifetime without the need to crucify yourself. So you can have your transformation this lifetime as soon as you make that decision to choose to accept this gift. That came out, I'm not sure how that came out. That wasn't easy. Okay. How do we explain something like this? Off to the promised land. What's there? We'll find out along the way. But it's going to be awesome. That's for sure. So the ace, what I was actually saying was the offering is the offer of the resurrection now, to reclaim your crown, to pull off all the weeds that may be suffocating you, strangling you, tying you up. It looks like this hangman here would have ivy that would normally wrap itself around him. But he is free here. The resurrection is an offering from the universe. It's not a major arcana. And the Ace of Pentacles is also the offering of a resurrection, of the legacy, a prophecy, abundance. The major arcana here with the hangman is intervening, awakening the divine masculine. Justice has stepped in for both parties. Masculine is off with 2 others in his boat to calmer shores, calmer lands. It's like leaving the past behind. Okay, I think we've got the story. Let's have a look at the sacred destiny. I'm just going to read when your soul... No, does it say that? It doesn't say that. That's the Divine Feminine cards. You want to know what the Divine Feminine's up to? Okay, we can get a Divine Feminine card. When your soul selects this card. So it's like when your soul selects the Divine Feminine, you're wanting to know. Well, the Sacred Destiny tells us what the sacred landscape wants us to know. And seeing as you're out in nature hugging trees, it's all a bit hush hush. They want you to know about stillness. So you've been in the hangman, which means you have been pulled out to be still. Look how beautiful this swan is. You're not an ugly duckling. I felt like the ugly duckling out of my family. A beautiful white swan now. Okay. Stillness. Who would have thought? Well, I did. Deep down, I knew. And it all makes sense now. Okay, let's read this. So we're reading the sacred landscape wants you to know. Take a step back from a project, situation, or relationship, even if for just a few moments. Let's take a step back. Let's have a look at this now. Stillness. Mend bridges, slow down, breathe, be still, go within. Listen to your inner voice. Take time to connect with your spirit guides, ancestors and spiritual guardians. Listen to your higher self. Timing is everything. This is not a good time to start a new cycle. Wait, incubate, fix things that need fixing, heal things that need healing. Think things through. Forgive yourself and others. If things seem barren or even bleak, hold on. Just as the migrating birds find new life in the tundra marshes in the summer, you too will expand again during the coming thaw in your life. Okay, we're all a bit homebound at the moment. It's coming. Divine is most definitely at work, okay, with this situation in our world. all in divine timing. That's lovely. Okay. Let's get you... Oh, I was drawn to get you an Angels and Ancestors card. And I did pick up the Angel Prayers. Postcard from Spirit really wants to speak as well. They've kind of been doing a bit of a jumping act today. Let's see what the Angels and Ancestors would like to say first. It's that purple again. This is really seeing your beauty within. I want to say in how with age you become more beautiful. As your soul grows and evolves, it just emanates from you. You've got the elder. Oh, you've got the elder. I was going to say, you got the elder in your hands. You got all of your elders. Move beyond ancestral patterns. Okay, let's have a look at this. Move beyond the limitations that have been set for you by family members past and present. Know that the energy of your spirit is more powerful than genetics and behavioural patterns. Okay. The Aboriginal people are the oldest tribal people still living on the planet. Their hunter-gatherer culture and ancient spirituality are rooted in tradition and balance with the earth. So the Aboriginal ancestors are offering you not only wisdom that will help you heal and adapt to the ever-changing planet, but also an understanding of what a spiritual life should be. The elder is the ancestor who comes with a message of healing change. He is an embodied soul, yet he has had journeys that go beyond the physical. Therefore, he represents a reclamation of power. When he appears, it's an acknowledgement that you have had... When he appears... When did I say yesterday? I say yesterday, it's like waiting for like a divine father to appear. Okay. When he appears, it's an acknowledgement that you have the capacity to move beyond the limitations that have been placed upon you. If you have had expectations of success, failure, sadness or even sickness placed upon you by your family, it's important to know that you are here to create your own story. This card represents personal healing that will bring healing to your family lineage, past, present and future. Know that you get to decide what you take on, and also know that your ancestors are rooting for you and are sorry for any setbacks they have created for you. So we've been looking at moving past these belief systems, outdated belief systems. And you have your ancestors there that have passed over, saying to you, you're here to create your own story, and they're sorry for any setbacks that they may have put upon you, really, by following their guidance back in the day. Okay. So, and also know that your ancestors are rooting for you and are sorry for any setbacks they have created for you. Outdated belief systems. You're here to create your own story. Just try not to cover the microphone up. We get the angel prayers. Seeing as we're doing this reading, we might as well get the message out. And we want a postcard from Spirit. Oh, and a Divine Feminine card. I will not forget. Spiritual gifts. Archangel Raziel. Thank you, Raziel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents. Check you out. Houdini. Spiritual gifts. Your spiritual gifts and talents are starting to come into alignment at this time. Whether you realise it or not, you have the special ability to inspire others through your own personal achievements, goals, and lessons. Ask yourself how you can pass on any of your lessons to others in a gentle and supportive way. Also be aware as your psychic and intuitive abilities are strengthening. The angels are preparing your energy to help you share. Whether you are a natural intuitive, a psychic, a dancer, writer, yoga teacher, or whatever, you have the natural ability to connect with spirit because you are spirit. You were also born with talents and gifts. Okay, I thought I was going to carry on. No. You were also born with talents and gifts. You may not see them, but that doesn't mean they aren't there. Takes me to that swan, ugly duckling. It's like you kind of know, deep down though, you're here for a bigger purpose. You just know. If you're one of the chosen ones, you just know, okay? So you were also born with talents and gifts. You may not see them, but that doesn't mean they aren't there. Pay attention over the next few weeks to anyone asking you to show them something or help them with problems that you've already overcome in your own life. You have spiritual gifts coming into alignment, and Archangel Raziel wants to help you channel them. Go for it. Raziel's name means secrets of God, and he is the angel who is most like a yoga guru. He has mastered all the secrets of spiritual growth and the universal laws. If you're interested in using the law of attraction to develop as a clairvoyant, Raziel is the angel who can be of most support to you. Call on him to guide your spiritual journey, and he will help you align your mind, body and soul as one. Beautiful. Law of attraction. Let's go for a law of attraction card then. They're right next to the divine feminines. I can smell a really nice incense stick that's burning. It's not in here. Either the guys have it burning downstairs. Or it's a recall smell. So I'd say recall. Yeah, it's kind of eased off now. An incense stick. I think the one, I know, because I checked the other day, because I thought I had Lily of the Valley incense sticks. I've got Lotus. Just saying. That's what we're burning. Why have I just put that on the floor like that? I'm not sure. Okay. Maybe it was just a sink for somebody. Worrying about illness can create more illness. Oh, isn't this needed now? Card number 18. Ah, to be 18 again. I found my 40th, I believe it was. My 40th birthday card. It was like, this was from the girls. Or it may have just been from Megan. I'm not sure if it was a joint one or single. But anyway, regardless. She read it out to me. She went, look at this birthday card that I wrote you on your 40th. It said, happy 40th birthday, mum, and in brackets. It's like, but we all know that you're really 18. And that's what it took me to. Look. Anyway, we have someone here. They look like they're in bed. Okay, first of all, I thought it was a tree outside, but I think it's a window. Looks it's like a tree branches that look like, as you stare into the tree, maybe you can see the window of possibility. It's all this blue again, look. Worrying about illness can create more illness. Let's read this. we've got like a red line going through. I don't know where that's come from. Actually, that would probably be from like my nail varnish. Sometimes it, I don't know, if I catch my finger on it, it leaves traces of the colour. Okay. When you give your attention to something, your potential for attracting it is increased. Hence why I tell you guys, put no attention on what's going on, okay? Well, you acknowledge it. No need to put your attention onto it. So when you give your attention to something, your potential for attracting it is increased. The more vivid the details, the more likely you are to attract it into your experience. Stay away from the news as much as you can. Just check in to see kind of what the laws are, whether they're changing, what they're advising. It came up yesterday. It's like you do have to kind of be one of the sheep at the moment, especially if you go out. You've got to kind of stick to the rules of social distancing. I think just have the respect to do that. There's a lot of people in fear, and we don't really want to add to that just by us being kind of going out there non-fearful and just carrying on like normal. Things are not normal, okay? I'm finding if I go out at the times that are unsociable, so I kind of drove past the supermarket last night about 9:30 at night, and I noticed it was like dead, and it's like, okay, I'm going to go tonight, I think. And just that I go out more at night time so that I don't have to like distance myself all the time. So, okay, when you give your attention to something, your potential for attracting it is increased. The more vivid the details, the more likely you are to attract it into your experience. And so any negative emotion you feel while observing something is your indication that you are negatively attracting. And the Divine Masculine here is observing this codependent, let's just say that, karmic energy that's draining his life force. It's a negative energy. Okay, and he's been putting his attention onto it, trying to really impress. So that hopefully she'll return the love that he feels he's lacking. Interesting. And also, especially if the Empress is unwell, depends what she's focusing her. He did kind of say, I could hear him saying, you know, you lack passion, you've got no passion. Like for life or for really anything. It's like she was a bit of a complainer, and she could be joining the crowd of complainers. Okay. Let's read this one more time. Worrying about illness can create more illness. When you give your attention to something, your potential for attracting it is increased. The more vivid the details, the more likely you are to attract it into your experience. And so any negative emotion you feel while observing something is your indication that you are negatively attracting. Especially if these guys have children. There's 2 in this boat here. It's like that will obviously put fear and cause that negativity within the children as well. You need to go kind of to calmer, positive waters really to get through this. And we don't know how long this is. Okay. Do you know, Mr. Birdie, how long this is? Let's get that postcard from Spirit. They're all up the wrong way. They're not up the right way. Not that it matters, okay? Because they all just fell over the floor earlier. I feel like these are really nice at the moment because we are kind of homebound. Like imagine like a postcard popping through your letterbox. Here it is, okay? So it's like, oh, we've got mail. We've got post. Someone sent us a postcard. So let's see what this postcard, this message that's been personally delivered to you says. It says that hope floats. So let's have a look at what today's message is from your angels, ancestors in heaven. Dear you, oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous. But know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear, rather in spite of it or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you are clinging to, and let Spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said: take one step towards the gods and they will take 10 towards you. We're all doing the Destiny Cha-Cha on your behalf. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Loving you always. Okay. Let go of that branch that you're clinging to. Seriously. You've got this. Oh, Divine Feminine. You want to know what's going on with the Divine Feminine? Okay. Whew. I remember the days that was the Divine Feminine wanted to know what was going on with the Divine Masculine. It's like, oh, the tables have turned. Okay. But I understand how important it is. So, success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Yeah. You can't support somebody if you don't believe in their way of doing things. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. You get to write your own story. And the fears we don't face become our limits. I want to say the face that you fear. So the fears we don't face become our limits. It's definitely holding you back. I do feel she's got this, I don't know what this is she's holding, but I felt as if she was raising her game. She's putting it on strong now. More pressure for the masculine. And it might be especially if they're at home. He's going to see her, I'm not sure. What's he going to see? You are entirely up to you. He's going to see that she just does what she wants. And if she does whatever she wants, then obviously you're going to realise after some time that must mean the same for you. You're okay to do whatever you want. Works both ways, doesn't it? You are entirely up to you. It's like everything's about this Empress. We're going to get one more. Don't let what you can't do stop you from doing what you can do. Don't let what you can't do stop you from doing what you can do. What can you do now? There might be many things that you can't do. You might be stuck, but what can you do? I don't think it's running around after this Empress here. What can you do that's going to be your choice, your decision, that's entirely up to you? Let's get the Divine Feminine card. Let's see how the Divine Feminine is today. I was looking for them, Tarot Mucha. Well, there you are. Okay. I'll pull a few cards for the Divine Feminine then. Let's see how the Divine Feminine's getting on. Lots of cards. Footloose. Na 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 na. Ch 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 ch. It's that cha-cha. Okay, let's have a card for the Divine Feminine's energy, please. It seems as the Divine Masculine would like to know where the Divine Feminine is and what she's up to. today. What her current energy is. I felt as if this is like making excuses for like someone that like women's troubles. Yeah, like you excuse it because of because I heard the kind of masculine, well, maybe the divine feminine's in a foul mood. Maybe it's just, this is just what women are like. And it's like, no. You can get a grip to your emotions. I just saw the king of, I think he was the king of pentacles standing up, but I'm not sure. Anyway, is this what all women are like? It's like, well, not the divine feminine, no. A new class of woman. Okay, so you're wanting to know where the divine feminine is. At home, planning. Yeah, it's you who's out in the cold. The divine feminine's absolutely fine. She has got the Eight of Swords. It is the card of unfounded fear. Okay, so the divine feminine is on her own. There's no need for her to be fearful. So if that is sneaking in, I imagine that's just because she's in solitude, okay, and that she's alone. And with what's going on around the world, but it looks to me as if she's staying strong. She's looking towards that rosy sky, that new dawn that she knows is coming. She understands our world is changing. She's quite secure. One of her wands here is strapped down. Okay, she's got this other wand, and she's just really waiting for the adventure and the passion. It is partial success with the two of wands. Okay, you can only get so far on your own. But it doesn't look like she's in any icy kind of or cold environment. It's like she's keeping herself to herself here. It's like she's trying not to interfere. She's getting messages from the birds. She's quite observant. She's standing up high. She can see this from a higher perspective. And then we have the divine masculine, you. Okay, and it's like you're scurrying for the light. You know that it's kind of, it's time. The angels are kind of let you know it's your calling. And you're the one that's trying to find your way to the light. This is judgment here. But they're all masculines there. Some will make it and some will not. Some will hear the call, see the signs. This one looks like he does. Some it's just too tiring. It's I feel as if, well, whether we're in a dungeon, I'm not sure where we are, but I believe it's quite dark in there. And it's kind of the, it is kind of like that epiphany when you kind of have a visitation and you know it's for you, so no one else has heard it. It's caught your attention, but there's something to do with the Archangel's eyes here. The vision could be the divine feminine, seeing as her eyes are covered. You're seeing life through the divine feminine's eyes. You're having visions, visions. Okay. And the bottom of the deck is, there you go, I said it felt as if you're leaving yourself out in the cold. The divine feminine's inside there. You're outside praying for forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself. Okay. If you ask for forgiveness, you will be given it. Just go within. Okay. Stay on the right side of karma, though, in future. You can't ask for forgiveness and then go and do the same act again, can you? That's going to weigh heavily. Okay. I'm going to read these. Let's put a story together. Eight of Swords. And let's get this wrapped up. A lady has been removed from the castle and bound in isolation as a punishment for some misdeed. Oh. Perhaps it is justified or it may be jealousy or resentment acting against her. Okay, so where the Divine Feminine is at the moment, she's been sent there as some kind of form of punishment by the Divine Masculine. If you're not with your Divine Feminine, it means that you're apart, and this was a part of the punishment that come through you being jealous and envious. Okay. Well, it did come up first, the sneaky 7. So it's your own pride that got in the way. It's like, who pushed the Divine Feminine away? And it was like you. You shut yourself out in the cold. So a lady has been removed from the castle. It's like from the fairy tale. The Divine Feminine's been removed from the fairy tale with the Divine Masculine and bound in isolation. So that's kind of like ignored, ghosted, if you want to call it that, ghosted. The spirit ghosted. Bound in isolation as a punishment for some misdeed. And I want to say that misdeed was loving you. It's like, how dare you love me so strongly? It's like, no, please go away. That's your punishment for loving so deeply. Lots of lessons were learned. I'm just bringing humour to it. Okay. Divine Feminine should be over that by now. Right, it's you that's left yourself out in the cold. I'm not sure what I was going to say. It's you that's left yourself out in the coat. So whatever the cause, okay. Oh no, okay, we've got to read this part that picked up the sneaky 7. I said that card was about deceit and envy. Perhaps it is justified, or it may be jealousy or resentment acting against her. Whatever the cause, it appears that she has accepted her fate. Her feet are not tied, and she could easily slip from the loose bonds that confined her. Something keeps her there, something that causes her to believe in her own helplessness. Someone who believes they deserve disgrace will always manage to achieve it. I don't think that's the Divine Feminine's energy unless she is just feeling alone. Okay, as if maybe she deserves what she got. Okay, that's just again asking for forgiveness. You're both coming to this stage of judgment. The other side of that is this new world. So we've got the we're losing the throat. Okay, we're losing the throat. 2 of Wands. From the heights of her castle's battlements. So she's in her own castle, I feel here. You could put some of that towards the Empress energy. Like this karmic energy, but I was kind of asking, maybe this is where the masculine can see the comparison, because it came out of all women like this. So this one's just accepted her fate, and I felt that was for the Divine Feminine, as in what will be will be. We're just going to follow the spiritual path, the promised land. It's all promised. And then you have another one that maybe it's about maybe the illness. It's focusing on the illness, and be careful because you will just attract that. Your helplessness. It's like same situation we're all going through. How do people respond? Same situation for all of us. For once. You're going to get to see, excuses. Is there an excuse to behave like that just because of the current affairs in the world? Whew. You've got to not let that stuff affect you, really. So from the heights of her castle's battlements, a lady looks out over her vast domain. In one hand, she holds a stave, and in the other a globe. Together they symbolise working her will in the world. The stave is secured to the wall, is power held in reserve. So the Divine Feminine is very strong. She's not this wreck, she's not feeling helpless, needy. The stave that is secured to the wall is power held in reserve. Her authority has not yet been tested to the fullest, but she is confident about the future. She is ready for whatever challenges may come. Key ideas, anticipation of change or challenge. Welcoming the future, optimism. So you want to know how the Divine Feminine is doing? She's A-okay. Judgment. Let's have a look at this judgment though. Who are you judging? It's like you want to repent your sins. It's like, I'm so sorry for judging. It's like I feel, unless you've, it depends whether this punishment is justified. I feel maybe you might have punished the wrong person. You've punished the Divine Feminine rather than this Empress because you were just trying to impress her. And it's like now you're repenting your sins, which is what happens. And then you feel the forgiveness. Once you've forgiven yourself, it's easier to be able to forgive others. And that's including your Divine Feminine, I want to say, for loving you so goddamn deeply. That's the truth of the matter. So, let's look at the judgment. The angel of judgment appears in all his towering majesty and cannot be avoided. The mortal souls who behold him are faced with the knowledge of their life's deeds and how those deeds will affect the life to come. This is a time of rebirth, the last judgment. For the slate is wiped clean from this point on. Those who have the strength to stand up to the assessment of their character will move forward. Those who don't let pride get in the way, okay, of being forgiven and forgiving themselves. Those who have the strength to stand up to the assessment of their character will move forward. Those who live in denial are doomed to repeat the old life lessons again and again. When it is time to attend to the call of your deepest vocation, whatever has been standing in your way will be brought to the forefront. First card is this Empress. Heed the angel's pronouncements. Heed the angel's pronouncements with courage and humility. You're receiving your spiritual gifts or awakening. You've got the Hangman here. You've had a message. Wouldn't surprise me from the Divine Father. Father Sky. With all the blue. Okay. And Father Sky came out in the Divine Feminine's Ascension reading for March. The key ideas are self-assessment, confession and forgiveness, release from guilt. From guilt? What's guilt? I don't even know if I want to Google that word. Okay. Release from guilt. Guilt. And rebirth. Now, really important, this part here. Those who have the strength to stand up to the assessment of their character will move forward. It said, the fears we don't face become our limits, and it was like a face that we feared. The Divine Masculine is so scared more than anyone. It doesn't matter if this Empress judges the Divine Masculine. He'll take it on the chin, okay? He'll take it and keep taking it and keep taking it. But if the Divine Feminine judges the Divine Masculine, he'd rather just not even go there. It is that if I don't try, then I can't fail. That has come up in a reading. Okay, it's definitely to do with the Divine Feminine's reading. Whether it's this month's, I don't know. I advise you to watch both of them, the masculine and feminine, especially as we're balanced, okay? We need to keep that balance. We need to stay centered. So this is the face that we fear. If we don't face the face that we fear, it becomes our limit. He's not scared to face this Empress. It's like he would do anything for her. Let's carry on. So those who have the strength to stand up to the assessment of their character, it's like fearing the worst. There's a Divine Feminine also that's had to forgive herself and forgive others, including the Divine Masculine. It's just like he's too scared to even come forth in case she hasn't forgiven him. It's like it's not even worth. That would really hurt him. That would like cut him to the core. So it's been easier to stay with this manipulative energy that he's used to. Okay. Until he's been pulled out and justice has stepped in and the spiritual gifts have awoken. You start having angels visit you, telling you what to do. Okay, it all gets a bit crazy. So those who have the strength, we're at about like the 4th time now, those who have the strength, 5th, to stand up to the assessment of their character will move forward. Those who live in denial are doomed to repeat the old lessons, old life lessons again and again. When it is time to attend to the call of your deepest vocation, whatever has been standing in your way will be brought to the forefront for you to have a look at. Heed the angels' pronouncements with courage and humility. And then let's go to this 5, this underlying energy here, this 5 of Pentacles. Chilled to the bone and in despair, a starving beggar cries out to the heavens to come to her aid. I don't know who this is then. It says it's to her aid. This could be the Empress. Bit of a beggar. I said I felt like she was pleading. It's like she's feeling it. Okay, the pressure. Chilled to the bone and in despair, a starving beggar cries out to the heavens to come to her aid. Whatever the circumstances that have been brought, whatever the circumstances are that have brought her to this place, she no longer believes she can save herself and move through this time of trouble. And yet, help is very close if she will only open her eyes to see it. She has a divine masculine in her presence. Does she realise how lucky she is? No. No. No, she doesn't see it. She doesn't see what the divine feminine sees. Warmth, light and sanctuary are hers for the taking. Her prayer will be answered and welcoming arms await her when she is ready to receive them. And I feel that she has her own love, her own counterpart that will be the perfect match for her when she's ready to be able to receive love, receive divine love, because she just feels like she cannot get herself out of any trouble herself. She needs assistance. She needs to tap in for divine assistance. Okay, very interesting. The keywords are loneliness, self-pity, emotional and spiritual isolation, and willing help nearby. Yeah, a bit too willing. That she's become very dependent upon it. Don't know what she'll do without it. She'll learn. Like all spiritual awakened ones have. I thought that lady was in her dressing gown out there. It's not. It's just a pink coat, but it looks a bit fluffy, like it was a dressing gown. Okay, right, divine masculine. Queen Esther, the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. Want to know what's going on with the divine feminine? Here you go, Queen Esther. One, 4, 6. Who she is. Who is she? Who she is. Let's find out. Esther represents the powerful combination of feminine intuition and divine timing. The divine feminine just knows, okay? And knows about divine timing. You can't force destiny. You can't stop it. You can't push it along. Destiny's destiny. Okay? Esther represents the powerful combination of feminine intuition and divine timing. Esther was a Hebrew orphan born with the name Hadassah. She was raised by her cousin, Mordecai. I'm going to say these names, like, just let's go with it, okay? If I didn't point it out, you wouldn't even know that I was saying it wrong. I should just speak confidently like I know what these words are and just let you guys giggle that side. Okay. The ones that do know, like. Anyway, let's carry on. The correct pronunciation. It's just too funny. Okay, she lived with the Jewish community in exile in Persia during the 5th century BCE. Mordecai became aware of a plot against the Jewish people created by the king's chief minister, Haman. Using her brilliance and her intuition, Esther came up with a plan to save her cousin and her people. Her beauty had caught the attention of the king, so when his current wife, Vashti, refused to come to him when called, sounds like it's the other way round, isn't it? The wife here is calling the divine masculine. So when his current wife, Vashti, refused to come when called, Esther seized the moment and the king chose her to be his wife. Perfect card. Okay, it's going to stop putting his attention, trying to impress this empress who thinks that she's like a lady of leisure. It's like lady of the manor. He actually chooses the divine feminine when the chance comes. So when his current wife, Vashti, refused to come to him when called, Esther seized the moment and the king chose her to be his wife. Then Esther didn't wait for the king to call her. She prepared a large banquet and called for him. See, it's the other way round. That's lovely, I love it. Once he was fully in love with her, she revealed that she was a Jew and that Haman had plotted to kill her people. The book of Esther in the Tanakh, or the Hebrew scriptures, is known as the scroll or the Megillah, and it is read twice out loud, once in the morning and in the evening, during the festival of Purim, to celebrate the memory of Esther's brave actions. So it's like the divine masculine, these brave actions. And it's like instead of the divine feminine calling the divine masculine, okay, she would like just serve him. It's like he's been doing the serving. It's just like the divine feminine very much wants to care and love and take care of the divine masculine. Right, it's okay. I love it how it comes together. It's like you were looking for the differences. Then Esther didn't wait for the king to call her. She prepared a large banquet and then called for him. Once he was fully in love with her, she revealed that she was a Jew and that Haman had plotted to kill her people. The book of Esther in the Tanakh, or the Hebrew scriptures, is known as the scroll or the Megillah, and it is read twice out loud, once in the morning and in the evening, during the festival of Purim, to celebrate the memory of Esther's brave actions. Her name is derived from the word meaning bright star or morning or evening star. This is the name she grew into when she courageously trusted her intuition and used its divine timing to save herself and her people. When your soul selects her card, the ego has a timetable that the soul couldn't care less about. When we are feeling stressed or threatened in some way, fear can be exceptionally loud and can inform the ego to work overtime in trying to get something accomplished or to manipulate something to happen. The natural flow of energy that's always at work behind the scenes, the universal's capacity to assist us, then gets blocked. Don't know what happened there, my flow got a bit blocked as well. The natural flow of energy that's always at work behind the scenes, the universal capacity to assist us, then gets blocked if we try and manipulate the situation. When we are in service of love and when following the dictates of our soul, and when the ego is in service of the soul, divine timing ensues. Esther mastered this art. Even under extreme duress, she listened wisely to her soul. She became a queen by letting her love for her people inform her feminine intuitive powers. This is her imperative. Trust that everything is aligning in divine timing. Trust your soul voice. Okay. Awesome message. Soul voice medicine. Soul voice meditation. What do I intuitively know will happen in divine timing for me? Intention, my ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. That's what's going on with the divine feminine's energy. The divine feminine. Okay, seeing as you were curious, have a fantastic day. I will catch up with you soon. 1 hour, 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, much love. Bye for now.